All right, part two of how to grow the hair. In part one, we talked about actually stimulating the need for hair and what hair is for the body. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch that. In this video, we're going to talk about four things. We're going to talk about washing the hair. We're going to talk about what to do with our split ends. We're going to talk about brushing the hair, and then how to have your hair during the day and night. And with these four topics, it's going to allow us to explore how to stop breaking the ends of our hair. Because as our hair is growing, if it's breaking on the bottom end, then it perceivably looks like our hair isn't growing, right? The hair is coming out of this side and it's breaking on this side, and it seems like our hair is still. So a lot of people, men and women, think that their hair only grows to a certain length because their hair breaks at that length. And if we can stop our hair from breaking, it'll grow much longer. All of our hair does have a maximum length. I shouldn't say all of our hair. Most people will grow their hair to a maximum length and then it'll slow down. And at that point, that's a lot of energy that goes back into our body, right? If we're constantly cutting our hair or our hair is breaking, there's a lot of energy that goes into producing this very important piece of technology in our body. And if our body doesn't have to continuously regenerate hair, that's more energy for our nervous system, especially, as mentioned in the last video, but even for the rest of our body, our muscles and tissues in general. All right, so washing the hair. It's important to wash the hair for a few reasons. The static electricity and even the electric field that the hair produces in our body, we want to cleanse that out because our hair brings in energy. It brings in electrical energy from our environment. It also brings in dirt and grime. I don't use shampoo or conditioner. However, if you're gonna use shampoo or conditioner, just make sure it's light on the chemicals. Just kind of know what all the stuff is. I almost said chemicals. Know what all the ingredients are in the bottle, and if possible, little chemicals as possible. All right, little of the stuff that you don't know how to pronounce. The man-made stuff gets a little bit iffy, right? And we just really need water. We just need water for the hair. So if we can figure out how to get the grime and the electricity out of our hair with water, then we really don't need the shampoo and conditioner. But go ahead and keep on using the shampoo and conditioner because I'm not going to convince anyone to stop that. All right, so about the water. Hot water is going to clean your hair the best, yes, but it's also going to strip the oils out of your hair. So if you can clean your hair with cold water, that's going to be better. The cold water is also not going to break your hair. Our hair isn't made to be dipped in like 110-degree waters, okay? So be careful with the hot water. Cold showers in general are better than hot showers, but if you can just wash your head in cold water, it's going to keep your hair happy, all right? And it's also going to keep those oils in your hair. Now about the oils, if we brush our hair, I'm not going to go there yet. Let's stay on washing. So I covered the shampoo and conditioner, the cold water. Let's talk about blow drying the hair afterwards. Yeah, wind in general, even just having your hair next to a car window that's down or in a convertible or hanging out the back of a motorcycle helmet on a motorcycle, that's going to cause your hair to break, and it's going to cause split ends like whoa. All right, so wind in general is very damaging to the hair, so we want to keep it out of the wind. The wind is going to tangle the hair also. Now blow drying is almost like a mixture of the hot water and the wind. It's the worst of both worlds. So try to dry your hair out in the sun if it's shining by you. If it's not shining in your area of the world, then maybe long hair isn't for you. No, I'm just kidding. But air drying your hair is much better than blow drying your hair. Blow drying your hair is breaking the hair, okay? So if we're going for length, we want our hair to grow and keep on growing and stay on our head. Blow drying is going to prevent that from happening. Now let's get into brushing the hair. So we don't want to brush our hair immediately after getting out of the shower. Our hair is still wet and it can stretch in this phase. And when it stretches, it can easily break. Our hair can easily break when it's wet. So wait till your hair is dry before brushing. Now brushing, we should go in all different directions. Sideways, up, down, from the back forward, from the forward back, up the sides, from the top down in each direction. And we should try and brush our hair about 5 minutes in the nighttime, and if you feel like you need more, in the morning time. And what that's doing is it's stimulating the scalp, so it's bringing fresh blood to the scalp. Actually, taking cold showers does this also, or cold head washes does this also. We want to also untangle the hair, so that's what brushing does. And if we use a wooden comb or a wooden brush, it's going to take the static electricity out of the hair. So some of us have problems with that. Make sure to take the static electricity out of the hair. Those of us with dreads who don't brush the hair, that's a completely separate talk. So the brushing the hair doesn't apply, and dreads are awesome, especially for maintaining the energy that the hair provides us. But the dreadlock talk is awesome, but it's not going to be in this video. Okay, what's next? Maintaining the hair during the day. All right, and then we'll get into split ends. So during the day, our hair is like from the first video, you know, it's pulling in energy. That's the purpose of the hair. So imagine every hair follicle, every hair strand is like a wire. Okay, and if you've seen really thin wires in a cord, they're all kind of bundled together, right? So if we just had wires spread out all over the place, it really wouldn't work very properly. So our hair during the day, when it's there to collect solar energy, men, those of us who are brought onto this plane of existence in a male spacesuit, okay, so whether you identify as a male or a female or whatever, if you're in a male body, the way that your solar center, the way that your hair works, is it's gonna bring your energy through your anterior frontanelle, and so you want to put the bun, you want to put all of the fibers over that part of her head. Women, those of us that are on this plane now in a woman spacesuit, we want it on the corner of her head or the back of her head. That's where the solar center is for women. So during the day, the hair is made to take in sun energy. We want it coiled over those centers. Now, when it's coiled over those centers during the day, it's kind of taken care of, right? It's not flapping around in the wind. It's not being burned by the sun, right? Like some of you might have some issues with your hair out in the sun, as I suggested the last video. Well, it's supposed to be technologically over our solar centers and wrapped up, which actually protects it from the sun if the sun's damaging your hair. So men here, women here. And on top of that, what do wires usually have around them? Insulation, right? So a head wrapping, a lot of the world still wears turbans, okay? And maybe they don't know why, but the turban will actually insulate the hair and will still allow for the sun energy to come down, but the turban's actually holding the scalpel bones, the occipital bones, the cranial bones, whatever you want to call them. They're holding them in place, and it's also insulating the hair so that it can work more effectively, and it is not preventing it from getting sunlight because sun energy is still passing through your natural fibers that you're supposed to have on that turban. So make sure that you're not using polyester if you're going to wrap your head. Polyester is in most clothing, so you have to, if you're going to get a turban, you have to actually make sure that it is 100% something, cotton, whatever fiber you want to use. And I think that's it for this video. Split ends. Don't cut your split ends because then you're losing the very end of the antenna. So you put oils on your split ends to help them heal. Almond oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil. Yeah, don't cut your split ends. Those tips of your antennas are very, very important to keep intact. Bye-bye.